Yeah, hi there. These comments are for one of my students, and I am Michael Buckoff, the founder, owner, and the materials writer for all of your lessons at the 7-step system to pass a TOEFL IBT. I'm going to listen to your integrated speaking practice test, so let's go ahead and listen to it all the way through one time.
The speakers give some idea about how teachers can make studying more agreeable and playfulness. The woman says that many children these days are not interested in learning because they feel that classroom is wearing, and she asking what's make change. However, the man agree with her question. Furthermore, he states that students learning quicker by active teaching, and he gives example by saying students learn easily the basic addition when the teacher is asking them to count things like pencil to find the answer. The woman supports the man idea by saying if the teachers can do some activities in the class, the students will not get boring, and they show that the activities make students more concentration in the longer classes. In addition, the man states that by active learning, students become more friendly with their teachers. The woman completely agree with the man ideas, and she gives examples that the students' feeling of active learning is like when the doctor gives children a sweet gift.
Okay.
The speakers give.
Okay, let's go back to the beginning now. Let's listen to the beginning.
The speakers give some idea about how teachers can make studying more agreeable and playfulness.
That agreeable and something, I think they're saying how to make learning more interactive and enjoyable for students. So that second word you said, I couldn't even understand what it was. So that's a minor problem with intelligibility.
The woman says that many children these days are not interested in learning.
Are not interested in learning, not interesting. So you're saying they're not interested in learning by the teacher, whatever. So in this case, I think the past participle works better than the present participle.
Because they feel that classroom is wearing, and she asking.
The classroom's what? Can't quite hear that. Let me go back.
That classroom is wearing, and she.
The classroom is something, so I can't quite understand that word that you're saying there.
Asking what's make change.
And she keeps asking what makes change. I would probably say what causes the change is probably a better word choice there.
However, the man agree with her question. Furthermore, he states that students.
Now, if the man agrees with her, why are you using however? You might say in addition, or similarly, or in the same manner the man agrees with the woman's point of view. So I think here you don't want to show contrast because the two speakers hold a similar opinion. So a better transition word might be one that shows similarity.
Learning quicker by active teaching, and he gives example by saying students learn easily the basic addition when the teacher is asking them to count things like pencil.
When the teacher asks them, I would use instead of when the teacher asking them, say when the teacher asks them to. So in that adverb clause there, you need your connector, you need your subject, and you need a verb there, not a participle.
To find the answer. The woman supports the man idea by saying if the teachers can do some activities in the class, the students will not get boring. And
no, the students will not get bored. I think here the past participle is better because you're using passive meaning. You're saying that the children will not get bored by the teacher's material or by the lesson. So I think bored there is better than boring. So a few times in your response, this is something that you can probably work on, is understanding the difference between present and past participial adjectives. Let me give you an example. If I said this, if I say I am a boring teacher, that means that I am boring to you, right? So if I say I'm a bored teacher, that means I'm bored by something else. I'm not saying that I'm boring, but I'm bored by other things that make me bored. So again, if I say I am a bored teacher, I am a boring teacher, these two sentences have different meanings depending on whether I use the past or the present participle.
That the activities make students more...
Now you realize when you're speaking, you're using kind of the same tone. You're saying when teachers make the learning more enjoyable for their students. So you're kind of using that even. You're not varying the tone as much as you should. And that makes it a little distracting from my perspective. So what can you do there? Work in the pronunciation section of my course. I know you're busy. You got a lot of stuff going on. But if you're serious and you want to improve your speaking and particularly your intelligibility, you need to vary your intonation more. So go to pronunciation lessons 36 through 40, all of which focus around intonation.
Concentration in the number of classes. In addition, the man status that...
In addition is a good word because you're adding to what was already said. So I like that transition word, especially because it shows how the information in your response is connected together.
By active learning, students become more friendly with their teachers.
Okay.
I completely agree with the man ideas. And to give examples that the students' feeling of active learning is like when the doctor gives children a sweet gift. The speakers gives...
Okay, so I think we have it. Okay, so now let me go to the rubrics. I will include the rubrics in the email for you so you can take a look at how I got the score that I did. Okay, so let's see. Okay, delivery. There are problems with your delivery. That's a major factor, I think, which makes it hard for people to understand what you're saying. So the most important thing you can do, I know this is hard, but really work on speaking English at home. This is important for you, not just at school, but at home. Language use, you had a few problems with your language use, especially, as I pointed out, understanding the difference between present and past participial adjectives. Topic development, overall, you had a pretty good organization. You had one problem, remember the word however. I thought that wasn't the best choice of words there. Alright, so I'm going to put you at about 2.3 out of 4, 18 points out of 30 on this particular practice test. Now, what does it mean for your grade in this class, right? So, okay, I'm going to go ahead and let's go into the syllabus here. I think it's around page 9, so let's take a look. So we've got to figure out what grade I need to put into in-grade here. Okay, so for speaking, 2.3 out of 4, so I'm going to say I'm going to put you at 80% on this speaking assignment. So in order to get better, you have to eliminate some of the language use problems, some of those problems with grammar that you're having. You also need to make some improvements with your pronunciation, especially your intonation, if you want to improve your speaking. Those are two areas in which you can improve. All right, anyway, thank you very much for completing this speaking assignment.